The moment the bunker door sealed shut, I realized I was trapped with the one man I had spent 3 years trying to destroy. He stood across the concrete room, arms crossed, silver eyes cutting through the dim emergency light like a blade. Damien Voss, the man who had ripped my family's company from our hands, piece by piece, with a smile on his face and ice in his veins. And now, he was my kidnapper. "Relax," he said, his voice impossibly calm. "I didn't bring you here to hurt you. You brought me here in zip ties," I whispered through gritted teeth. Something flickered across his jaw, almost like guilt. Almost. The bunker was small, too small. The air smelled like concrete dust, and something warmer underneath it. Something I refused to name. A single cot, one water supply, and the sound of an explosion above us that made the ceiling shudder and the lights blink out completely. In the darkness, I heard him move toward me. "Don't," I warned. "There are people up there who want you dead," he said quietly. So quietly, it felt like a confession. "I needed you alive." "Why?" Silence. Then his hand found my arm in the dark. Not rough, careful, like I was something that could break. "Because you're the only one who knows what really happened to your father's files. And because—" He stopped himself. The lights flickered back on. He was closer than I expected, close enough that I could see the scar along his collarbone, the tension in his throat, the way his eyes weren't cold right now at all. They were searching mine like I was the answer to a question he'd never dared ask. "You've hated me for 3 years, I said, my voice barely holding. "I never hated you." His jaw tightened. That was the problem. Something inside me cracked open. I had built every wall I owned against this man. I had weaponized every memory of his betrayal. And yet, standing here in the dark, with the world collapsing above us, those walls were turning to dust. "You destroyed everything I had," I breathed. "I was trying to protect you from people who would have destroyed far worse." His thumb moved once against my wrist. Barely a whisper of touch. "I failed at everything except keeping you breathing." My heart was a traitor, because when he looked at me like that, like I was the only real thing left in a world on fire, I didn't feel like his enemy anymore. I felt like the reason he'd started burning it all down in the first place.